for Keller at Large. Here's John Keller.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. Boston, of course, is New England's largest city and most important economic engine. So it's always good to get a chance to talk about what's going on with city issues with the man in charge, the mayor of Boston, now in his 6th year in office, Mayor Marty Walsh. Mayor, welcome.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me again.
Always great to have you. Appreciate you coming by. So last week, there was a city council hearing on a proposed ordinance banning the use of masks on public property. This was a response to the confrontation between police and a few protesters during that so-called straight pride parade last summer. Now, supporters of this ban say some of the people wearing masks are up to no good and they shouldn't be allowed to wear them any more than a bank robber should be allowed to wear a mask. Critics say it's a straight-up free speech issue. Where do you stand?
You know, the concern that I have, is that in a situation like the Straight Pride Parade where people came in with masks, it gets very dangerous. Public safety becomes the big issue there. And what we want to do is ask people when they come to counter-protest anything or to come in, be respectful. And public safety is the first thing. It was a hearing. They had a hearing last week. Councilor McCarthy had a hearing order to have a hearing. There was actually legislation at the State House. I'm letting it go through the process. I haven't taken a formal position on it, but my position is it's very dangerous when we have a situation on the streets of Boston where we have two conflicting groups of folks, and having masks and disguises and things like that make it very difficult and very dangerous on the street.
Well, what about Muslim American women? Should they be allowed to have their faces covered?
Absolutely. And this has nothing to do with
even if they're participating in a street protest?
Very different. I mean, the situation with what happened with the Straight Pride was a very different situation. And there were people that were protesting that they didn't agree with the Straight Pride message, and I agree with them on that. And they did it in a peaceful manner. And what happened was this thing got a little out of control here, and somebody could have gotten seriously hurt. And that's something that we want to avoid in the city.
Why didn't the police wear body cameras that day?
We didn't have them on the police office that day. We're still instituting a full body camera program. We're about to go into the next districts. We ordered body cameras to get into the next districts. We don't have body cameras for every police officer yet. We instituted the plan. We started in Area C, in South Boston, Dorchester, Mattapan. The next area, I believe, is B that's coming in. And by the course of either the end of this year or early next year, every police officer will have them.
When every officer has them, who makes the call about whether or not they wear them? Or are they required to wear them at all times?
They'll have them. What happens is there's a life on the camera, a battery life on the camera, and sometimes we weren't prepared. That battery life is for a shift, I think 8 hours. So we're looking at purchasing extra cameras so we have enough cameras that are charged and ready to go. That's the problem. These cameras are run by battery, so they can't plug them in the car, so we want to make sure they're fully charged.
Okay, but do you believe every officer should have one on at all times? When they're on duty?
Every officer that we have found, every officer that we've basically identified that should have the cameras on. So the rank and file officers doing the beat, there are certain individual units that will have them on. There are some people that will not wear them, though.
Okay. We're now several months into the Everett casino era. Yeah. And when that was all going through its process, you raised a lot of concerns about traffic and crime affecting the city, which is borders essentially on the casino. As I say, we're into it now for a few months. Yeah. Were your concerns warranted?
Well, we're not seeing the big increase on traffic. We're seeing some increases, but there was a lot of work done around Sullivan Square, reconfiguring the square, money from the casino and the city of Boston working collectively together. The casino's done a good job with transportation, getting folks in and out of the casino, using shuttle buses and things like that.
Yeah, there haven't been the monumental traffic jams.
No, there hasn't been, and I commend them for that. They did a really nice job putting a plan together. You know, the area I think we're feeling a little bit of squeeze is on service workers, workers that work in hospitality. The casino and the restaurants there pay a higher wage, so that's where we're seeing a little bit of squeeze in Boston.
So are you now pro-casino? Would you say?
Well, I supported it. I mean, I supported legislation at the State House.
Okay.
When I became the mayor, it was just a situation of fighting over a host of surrounding community and better benefits for Boston.
Okay. Well, I guess you could look back on it and say you're still mayor and Steve Wynn's no longer there.
Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way.
All right, Mayor, let's take a break.